that time in the airport I ran. The brothers gave me the fear, the premise of death. The work of my life was out again.
I live
Master.
Les paris sont bien connus, à qui est-ce que tu vis bien? C'est ma chérie, tu n'as qu'à assez ma gamme. Engi sano muni, c'est moi yo. Engi lofa muni, c'est moi yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
Ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Sadia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Côte d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Sadia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Côte d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Liberian ya tumale, Sktv, ena Liberian, tosi wako ma ya tumale.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh that time and the efforts are red. The broadcast we giving are real and I promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from River Sass, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Monserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Punk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and part of the globe. Qualified people who willing to sell. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the promise from them. The welcome my life without fear.
I lyrical
Master.
Play Paris, who make you I can't Sktv-Lib. Say my journey, Tina get I say my yamo. And yes, I know money, and more I know. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandbaza.
And I dine ya to money, and a sanya ya to money, and a quantity ya to money, and a quadruple ya to money, and I dine ya to money, and a sanya ya to money, and a quantity ya to money, and a quadruple ya to money, and a forget na ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't forget it now. Toss you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and out part of the globe. Qualified people who willing to sell. The blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise from best. The world with my life without fear. From Campus and Nima to Lusa, from River Test, River G to Chide, from Penku, Bombay, Cape Man, Maserati, San to Bagulu, from Maryland, Pongtown to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Oh, what did I say? Sktv is the best in Liberia. What did I say? Oh yes, indeed. You know these kind of songs. Sometimes I just like some of these songwriters. Yeah, sorry that. I like some of these songwriters. When they put these songs together, you can be thinking that, look, it's like this song here is some kind of a song. But sometimes when you listen to these songs, you think that all of your life, everything is well because the way they put these songs together. Sometimes what they do there behind the scene, it's not easy. But again, folks, what a way to be back after that the Friday, right? Indeed, yesterday was Friday and today is Saturday. We're back on the farm. I always saying this on the farm because we'll come here to inform our Liberian people exactly as to what's happening, some of the information that they need to know about, the good, the bad, and all of the happening, here in Liberia. So, folks, we are here. We're good to go. Yes, we've been faced with little technical glitches, but how be it? Sometimes these things happen in the world of technology. So we're good to go, folks. Or what I want to say, the pleasant good evening. Please, let's share the show. Steve, over there yet? Steve, what's up, bro? What's up, Chairman? What's up?
Yeah, Melbourne, good morning to you. Good evening, good afternoon, folks. Let's share the show that Melbourne said. A lot of things to talk about today. The social aspect, we'll talk about it. The men of God are in. I don't know. They say the men of God on notice, or I don't know what. Give our take. The politics. Yeah. So while Melbourne is setting up, folks, let me grab me some. I forgot about water or something. Let me grab it real quick. While you
yes, indeed. Go ahead, my brother. Chairman, go ahead for that break because I know for you don't sleep, so you have to go all on the social media, follow all of the latest. Yeah. So, folks, please let's share the show. Give us a share, a like, and comment. Mom will soon be here with us. I think Brother Ali already setting up behind the same. He will soon join us very, very soon. So please share the show today. And as Steve said, we come here Saturday to bring some of the latest, some of the happening. What happened, a few days ago, some of the trending national issues. Yes, but again, the social issue to don't pay heart. Oh yeah, one other pastor in Nigeria. I don't know. Let Steve come on, let Chairman come on, so I can ask him about that pastor in Nigeria. There are two famous pastors now and then in Nigeria. They all work and say, drink beer. And I'm going to for another pastor. Look, their life of ours is not easy. And he said, where you hiding from? You can't hide from God. Or in fact, you cannot hide from God. God is within you. And that's true. Some of you don't even know that God lives inside you. So how you will hide from God? But then we will be hiding from the pastors, from the deacons, from the ministers, in the name of, we don't want them to see us, doing some of the evil things or some of the bad things, or that we claim. Because some people, sometimes when you drink, people say, if you are drunk, there'll be no drunkard then that, everybody choose the kind of thing they want to, associate with. Then the other group, like my chairman, they're part of group. They're part of group. They don't talk about fornications and all these things. That's the beauty of life. You see the life we live. People choose the kind of saying they want to talk about or what they want to talk about. But Chairman is back. Thank you, Chairman. I just forgive you. I said.
Yeah, Melbourne, I heard what you said, but Melbourne, to be very honest with you, we'll talk about it. I know some people coming together. Yesterday I stood with the women. I went against you. But one thing I want to say to everybody is maybe you need to check the record. Prostitution is the odious business that ever existed among mankind. Yeah. Prostitution is the odious business. I got no problem with prostitution. I have no problem with prostitutes. I just think if you want to do it, just make sure that you make it known to the general public. There's nothing wrong with it. You will not die and go to hell. Because if a prostitute will die and go to hell, then that means Jacob should be in hell. Because Jacob slept with a prostitute. You don't believe that one in Bible. Jacob and nagging prostitute and nothing come out of it. I won't now one pastor go now won't get who's telling about it, then I want you to do we'll discuss it. Oh, I ain't got no problem. I ain't got no problem with about her life. I have no problem. But Melbourne, on another note, I have a question for the president. Since he returned to the country, I don't know if you got some of the videos.
Yeah, let me check you right.
Quickly, I have a question for the president. I just want to know the update on when we bring in, those deportees, because I am working with the women now. I want to say here clear on the show. I stand with the Liberian women any day, anytime. We have to make sure we help them so that our sisters can be rescued. So I love the other venture that Joseph Boakai is on. And I want to thank President Donald Trump for the proposal. This is the biggest proposal he's ever made. He ever made to anybody. Maybe I sent you some kind of video clip last night. I don't know if you got it, but the guy who were talking about the reasons for which these countries were invited. Maybe we can play that here in a little bit once we get done with the social issue before we get into the politics. I send it to you, Milton. If you want, I can resend it. I think I sent it.
You got to do well. That's most one thing in our inbox. I don't know what I sent you one other candidate. I know that in Uganda.
Okay, I just sent it to you.
Well, man, we say when be president. Look,
issue. So, yes, Grebo, you are very right. In the genealogy of Jesus Christ, that means the family lineage of Jesus Christ, prostitute there. Yes. The only group of people I can get there with, Mr. Masale, hello, the only group of people I can get there with are prostitutes. I don't have a problem with them. In fact, I support prostitution. It is the odious business ever in the history of mankind. I do support prostitution. Let me tell you now. The only thing just make it known that you are on that land, and we don't have no problem with you. When you want, I'll let you a good woman, and at the same time you get prostitutional or prostitutes ability and tenacity, that way we get problem with you. Once you make it clear to all, we understand. And just so you know, majority of our sisters are involved with prostitution. Just so you know. The other time I was invited on some kind of show and I said the same thing, and some of the ladies that were getting vexed with me or whatever, I just look at them for long, I just laugh, Milborn. You know why I laugh? I told her, let's define what prostitution means. Milborn, I beg you, can you please look at the definition? I beg you, look it up, because I want them to say I tricked them.
Yeah, before they say that, let me go that quick. Let me see. Yeah, no, sorry.
Okay,
sorry, Chairman. Yeah, I want to call you Chairman.
Why you don't want to be deacon?
No.
But deacon, the president say very short.
My man, I left the basket chair years and years ago. Don't put me inside.
That guy, but deacon, the best thing that president.
Hey, I don't know why, man. By the way, I didn't know problem. So
Chairman, please. Yeah.
So Chairman, Social Chairman, he said the prostitution, the practice or occupation of engaging in social activity with someone for payment.
For what? For what?
For payment. For someone to pay you.
Let's get from Masale to Masale. Can you please look for that definition too? Because I won't talk it before the Liberian people get there with me. I want to define it before I talk to you about what happened with our pastor and I get on social issues. We'll go to the church. We part on the show. We don't want to discuss the issue. No funny for the show. I want to be talking to them anyway. We can clear the air on it. I really want a big year. But I get my share on because the preseason battle start. So we are warming up. Tomorrow they will Lake Chelsea. Just so you know.
And what I get here, prostitution, the practice or occupation of engaging in sexual activities with someone for payment.
Thank you very much. So, folks, let me say this to you. We all have listened to the pastor that I get try to bring to public ridicule. First of all, let me say this to the pastor and to his members. I don't know the fact about the story. The pastor get his side, the girl get her side. But after listening to both of them, after listening to the girl side or whatever it is, the first thing I must give the girl credit that she agreed that she and the pastor got involved romantically. I will give the girl credit for admitting that she got no shame in her game. I respect her for that. The second thing I want to bring to our attention is, apart from that, apart from the girl admitting to the activities which the pastor don't want to admit to it, I want to say money issue was mentioned. Pastor promised money, and the girl said the pastor not give money or whatever it is. The fact that the girl knowingly and she of age agreed to have sex with somebody for money, she was doing prostitution. Yep. Say what you want to say. That's prostitution. And that's what most of our sisters are involved with in Liberia. And some of them, even on this side of Melbourne. So you tell them, hello, the first thing they want for you to start paying the bill, they want for you to get them money, they want for you to get them that one. That's prostitution. You know that? When we say you get vexed, but these are the facts. You don't get to define a word. You don't get to determine the meaning of a word. When you do the thing that defines a word, what you are in. When you start begging men for money and you are involved sexually, you are prostituting. Oh yeah, you know that. Y'all will learn today. We're telling you what's up. We don't want to let know what's going on.
So
that girl and that pastor, they were on prostitution level. And to the pastor, don't be afraid. If that's why you're on saying. In the Bible, Jacob then did the same thing. Why you gotta be afraid? Why are you afraid? You're not gonna help because of that. I'm telling you, you're not gonna help, Pastor. So I mean, Melbourne, can you bring Monk on, please? I see in the back, but I don't know what's going on, man.
Yes, I sent you your Mel video to also see the Mel video. Talk about the Mel video. Let's see me talking about you and laugh. What? Oh, they laugh.
Yeah, but bring Monk on.
Yeah, Monk coming already. I joined from okay.
Yeah, but so I mean, I'm gonna take on it. The two people were grown, they consented to get involved. Money Benny were inside, and the girl was hoping that the man gave her money. The man never gave her the money, so she fell with the man. Guess what? I could care less that prostitutional activities. I support prostitutes, just so you know. I've supported, just so you know. I will not engage into it, but I support it. Anybody who chooses to be a prostitute, I respect you. There is nothing wrong with that. You're not going to help because of it. It's the odious business and commodity in the world, just so you know. And many of our sisters are involved into it today as we speak. Right now in the modern world. So that's it. I'm going to take on it.
All right. Maybe let me just come in quickly before the team come on. Since that started from right there in Liberia, because there are a lot of mixed reactions to that. People are also blaming, the clergymen, as a level and so forth. But I'll move back or Steve to that. I do agree, even though he have a own side of the story, and in fact, why he even explain, even that also need more concern than even answer, because he's also agreed to that indeed the lady was asking him for money back to back. Okay, good. Whether they have any sexual intercourse, maybe at his office or not, well, that leave between them, and maybe until they get, she can prove that yes, indeed, this is true, that indeed the man and myself will have something to do, and man promised me to rent my place, or in fact, he promised me this amount. But again, Steve, most of our sisters have been abused in the form and manner. Let me just be frank, and let just put all your aside quickly before the team come out. At a certain level, you don't have to use your office or your place, for you to abuse other people. But again, for me, they can always say, so most of our sisters, they look for these things. Listen to that young lady. Now, in fact, she went to the pastor so that the pastor can tell her about her life. Can you imagine? So these are things that most of our sisters, they go through. They forget to know that life is physical and spiritual, and you have to work for you to earn money. But they think that when things are going their way, that means that some of them are witchcraft, and some of them are home sitting somewhere, that making maybe their life to be terrible. So they had to go to the oracle to go and find out. And when you go to the oracle will want to oracle you. So for me, I think at the end there, so the oracle. Thank you.
Yeah, what say you, Masale?
The oracle have to oracle you and Mabel. Yeah, for me, even though I didn't see the story, but for what you say, first of all, woman, I can see most of our sisters, sometimes you ask a lady for her number. What comes to your mind just for a man to ask you for your number? What this time no man going to take your number just because they see you beautiful in the street, that they just want to be talking to you, to be taking your time. These are some of the things. And the pastor, some of them, they act that they are so holy. Now you're going, according to what you guys are saying, you're going to explain your problem to a pastor. Now you're mad. that your part with the pastor. If you think you having some challenges in life, go and tell your parents and see how bad they can help you out. But now you coming to go to a pastor and then every night then he giving you money. Is he running a charity home? So these are some of the things. This man of God we see out there, my man. I trust no imam. I trust no pastor. No man of God said to come to me and my woman 1 inch. These people they are demonic. Don't just see them like that. Some of them today, the people marriages are spoiling. Most of it come from the men of God. For example, you can see your woman will call you Moses. She will call Pastor Daddy, needing that to him to give him water. So for me, that's just it there. They know what they were doing. This time that Rabbi, you gave me, I gave you. So if you were taking money from the pastor, tell God you agree that something happened. He didn't want coming down to be explaining back and forth. But he just want to make things long and he will expose himself more and more. So far, so good. I just say that.
Thank you. Mark, what say you? Mark, you got anything?
Probably maybe more busy in the back there doing something.
Yeah, you hear me now?
Yes, loud and clear.
Yes,
I listen to the Baptist crew, they man, chairman. I see why they always in problem when it comes to the social issue with women. But you know, that's a reality. Some things they are hard to accept, but unfortunately, that's the truth. When you start building up, man, you're a prostitute. The whole thing about prostitution, it doesn't mean that you got to dress, go stay on the street corner before you become a prostitute. When you are engaging into sexual activity in exchange for monetary value, you are a prostitute. And some of you, whether it's the female, become to say prostitution, more often people think that only female, and most of the time society will judge it from that angle. But sometimes they got some men that are calling gigolo too. They got men who pimp on women, and you know they make a living out of. That's just why it is. And they are some of the oldest institutions in the world. Homosexuality, prostitution, those things dated back to biblical days. I mean, whether it's Sodom and Gomorrah, whether it's from Rehab, I think somebody said, I think it's Grable Case. He said, yeah, even Rehab, the genealogy of Rehab is Rehab the prostitute. That's how the Bible describes her. So these things are nothing new, but to believe that just because someone's a man of God, you know, salvation and spirituality is a one-on-one thing. And, you know, they got people who call themselves messengers, they call themselves prophet. At the end of the day, I don't know about other religion, but even in the Bible, it says judgment will start from the church, because the people who claim to be the men of God, your pastor, these people will be held accountable for their own personal life. So don't believe that they are sin just because they are preaching the word of God. No, at the end of the day, your spiritual life or your religious life is a one-on-one, almost like military. Everybody will give account for themselves. So to somehow believe that people who claim to be pastors and imams and rabbis, that they are holy, that's a lie. They are just mere mortal beings like yourself, except that they choose to pull most of the time towards the biblical or religious teaching. That's just who they are, but they are not exempted from any form of immorality. So I think you guys are right. 100% in agreement with that, for sure.
Thank you, Mom. The only part I disagree with Melbourne on is the part for him saying they abused the lady. No abuse of. There was no part in that play where they abuse of. You know, let me tell you something. Some of the things will say, then you'll get this with all. But some of us, we are realists and we'll say the truth. You guys, like most women, like to use men for monetary gains and monetary value. The pastor just beat her to the chase. That's it.
Yeah, he was smarter. He flipped
in this particular negotiation. The pastor beat her to it. That's it. That's why she mad. Because she expected the man to go and rent room for her so she can get another boyfriend and be bringing to the room. And your team with the man who's stupid will get sense now these days. So I stand with the pastor. The only thing I just want to admit what happened, and we'll move. He's not going to hell for that. The church will not break down because of that. But he did the right thing. You won't crook the man. You want the man to go rent horse for you so you can be bringing different men there. Nobody's stupid yet. There's 2025 in. I told you. We understand the code now. When you think you will come to play us, you're wasting your time. So it's starting from the church. The men are going to finish teaching your sense. Your godparent come and be teaching your sense now. And then we move. And we're staying there in the diaspora. We'll tell our men to you can't you ask for money, no problem. We'll promise you. When we finish doing what we will do, then we'll leave you hanging, go to court. Your business is not registered anyways. Your prostitution business. I'm being very serious. This is very, very serious. I'm following, but these are the facts. You pass around, you won't be playing games. We tell you, say you put yourself together, no, you won't be playing games. game is on. It is what it is. So
game on, right?
the question I'm asking myself, okay, what is the end goal here? It's not that they're forced to pay or anything. No legal paper was signed here. So what is the end goal, Monk? Maybe she got an end goal. Maybe you can help me. I don't know. What is the end goal? What is she trying to achieve? By talking all of it in public, what is the end goal?
She wanted to leverage the pastor resources. That's just why it was. Nothing more. That's what the pastor did. When we kids growing how to get the catch and eat, that's what the pastor did.
But I got it level.
To the chase, and that's what he did. He flipped his script, but nothing more. That was the end goal. He tried to leverage the pastor to take resources from him. And
yeah, I see my boy. I see my boy consenting now and saying that the cafe code Charles.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Child, you live long. That is all be, brother. Well, no, let me tell you something. That aid now. Nobody's to Masale, what is the end goal here? What do you think they trying to achieve?
But I ate that now, my man.
And you know, Steve, anytime we come on the show, I always tell you guys about the impact of social media. We live in a validation or environment, huh? And we live in a consumer rights world wherein everybody got to pretend out there that thing is going there, that they live in the best life, the materialistic world, and as a result, the demand for material things is on the rise. So the vast majority of the time, you come across female, they are not looking for intimacy or relationship. They are looking for financial and monetary gains, and they want something because they got to go and flex out there. They got to wear the Brazilian hair. They got to get the Chanel, under the Chantel or Chanel bag, the Gucci bag, and all those things. And those things, it costs money. Not too many men, based on the economic situation, will be able to provide these things. As a result, you got to end up having 3 or 4 boyfriends, one there to pay the rent, one there to service the car, and at the end of the day, it's a higher form of even prostitution. So it will be on the rise, and men, like you said, are getting a cold. People are trying to relieve themselves from this slavery because with the kind of a desire out there for material things, my man, or men now, based on your own living expense, I don't know of how many men that will be able to cover all the expenses for women. It won't work. So as a result, it's just a transactional business. You're just going to settle the score. If you're going to charge him or he's going to charge you, either way, you're settled. You'll come to a mutual understanding, and that's it. At the end of the day, there will be more prostitution out there. And that's the reality. You don't have to go on the street corner to post yourself. You are just a prostitute, and that's just why it is. Just be fair and open with it. Come up. Or have a mutual agreement, come up to a price, and you guys can go your separate way, no screen attached. That's the new reality. And
you see what I know, Jerome gay man. You see what the man wrote here? But Jerome, I stand with you. I stand with you. It's time that we stand up to this thing because I mean, Jerome. I don't know if you. I think Jerome gay man with CMC. If you have the time, we'll let her get your perspective on this thing. You can either call in or you can send me a message on Moses, and I'll send you my number or call me so that you can give it because we need some. Let me see if that is in Jerome Gaiman here. Let me see here. To get your perspective on the thing because the point that you make, it get a lot of sense inside. So one know where you. Let me see if that is in Jerome Gaiman because I seen a bunch of Israel flooding behind you yet. One know if that you yet. You see, your man endorsing this thing, you get Israel flooding there, you're endorsing the kind of thing that means you're strategic. Yeah, that means you understand some things. So, Jerome,
everybody want get pastor to be renting room for the pastor and the imam. These people make so much money, so everybody want to be connected to someone that pastor.
But why would you want to take away from the house of God like that? Why would you want to use clandestine means to take away from the house of God? Because if you go to seduce a man of God to pay a rent, you are taking away from the poor people. That alone can take you to hell. You can go to hell for that. So
that double sin, the fornication and corruption.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Jesus said, "Can I be happy with that kind of behavior?" So the player says, "Hey, I know if a knee were in the book of life, then I erase it today." Send that video that came out. They enjoyed and I'm happy with all. So a lot of things going on at once. But folks, let's share the show, that just the social aspect. But to be honest though, all joke aside, to be very, very honest with you, all joke aside, like Monk said, this goes both ways. Some men are doing the same thing, they get godma, the other one, some of them are pimps, they're exploiting some of our sisters. I'm just saying this to you. Let a grown man go look for work to do.
They got a website for them too online that women can
online. Yes, they got a website for them.
You see where you have Backpage and other or sites. that promote or prostitution.
I don't understand.
Yeah,
I just don't understand. You know, and this is problematic in itself. Some men are doing it even in the United States. Some of these men, they don't get no job to do. They sit down on the chin channel over there, and the women go and work hours and hours. I don't know. Maybe it's time for the women to stand up and tell your groomman, you don't gotta get a job at the end of the month, or you gotta get out of here. It is what it is. You got to take that stand. You can't have a responsible man, you know. So Melbourne, you know, as you left us, the conversation progressed. We'll be getting to the politics very soon, but I can tell you right now, it doesn't look too good for the lady, because look, God's not happy with her. She's trying to eat the church tithe offering, you know, but using other means, clandestine means. It's not a good thing.
Yeah. So there are two ways, you know, into that entire situation. Maybe Frank, one side is about some of our young women, the way they behave, the way they treat people, you know, their attitude. So now this is a lesson to most of our clergymen, to most of our BB people out there, because mind you, there are most of the women that do these things, Steve. If that pastor going to give her that $80 or maybe pay that rent, then they still not going to come out. Some of the clergy people, some of the officials, they have children outside by the young women. But because of every time they threaten them, that's why you see some of the guys, some people even die from pressure, because the men worry a lot. So that two-way situation there. The pastor, you got to be very careful. And this is a lesson to all of the pastors. You are not oracle. Don't make yourself to look like you are God. That people have to come to you before the problem be solved. This is
no, but Melbourne, I beg you, let me hold you there, Chief. Let me hold you there for a second, please. Is it okay if I just say one thing while you in flight? Can I say something, or you want to finish the thought?
Go ahead.
No, Melbourne, let me say this. Let me say this to you, Melbourne. You know, this is one place where I was staying with a man of God. The whole church been in that business. If the man can't put a business outside and you see you get your mind, your pastor living, or you get your mind, your part, you should be able to work. You get your God part. You're looking for somebody else to rent room for you, so you can be carrying your boyfriend, your God part in there. So the man put business on her, the business cash. Then you very with the man of God. I stand with the man of God 100%. Let me tell you, with the man of God.
I'm not really getting angry with him like that, but his character too also at risk. That's the thing, that because if
why would the woman carry on?
Why
would the woman carry on?
They won't care. Aliu, between you and myself, that little Lola someone I care.
Thank you very much. Maybe you see that the federal I left open deacon. The thing is, this is why I love an open deacon.
Yeah, you're going to but you guys are missing the main point.
Somebody that will go to another office, and what most of the women does, or in front of that their attitude, they will go into some of the offices and misbehave, and they will come out and be pointing finger at people. Oh, look at that married male, look at that married woman. These are people that talk to people like in fact they are clean. So you see her confessing that indeed that she had to do that in a male office. So the women, they don't care. Most of them, they don't care how they look.
Oh, you live long.
But let me come here a little bit. Yeah. When I saw that story, two things came to mind, right? In terms of the trend, the first thing that came to mind is the fact that if she going to target a pastor, then it means that even the members in that church and in so many churches think about what the regular members are doing. That's the first thing, because you're talking about the men at the top. And if a female is going to target a man of God, then it means another trend is most of the women that are going to church, they're not going to go intention.
But we said it before. They go over men.
Yeah, they're not going to do intention. So that's the two things that came to mind. If you're going to target the man at the top, then it means the people at the lower end, then they are doing worse than what's happening at the top. Because the men of God will be the one to show the light. If he engage in such activity, and people have been saying this forever, it's happening. That's why keep telling you, it's an individual thing. Like if you were to bring 10 or 15 men of God here, maybe 3 or 4, they will be doing the real will of God. They will be committed.
Where?
Pastor,
yeah.
You want to assume that all of them doing the same thing? No, it cannot be. They got few that are doing the right thing. Yeah,
they got few.
But not majority.
When you remove spiritual things from all of the churches here, and then when you move on out, healing, spiritual days, getting rich people doing this, but most of the churches will be empty. People are not serving God with their own heart or with a willing heart. They are serving God because of what they can get in return. That's why you see most of
So
these.
can we say the people that are wishing for signs and wonders and miracles, they are also spiritual prostitutes?
Yes.
Because
Okay.
yeah, because if you are only going to church because you want to get some kind of a miracle, because that's not how, I mean, the whole thing about salvation is about, I mean, one-on-one relationship with your God, or what's the other name you call him, and to form a bond or relationship with God. But if you are going there primarily just for the sake of getting healing or to get a prophecy, then it means you are a spiritual prostitute as well, because it's a transactional relationship. You're not going there for salvation. So Mabon is right in that regard.
Monk, this substantiates or it corroborates our point we've said here over and over, that all men by nature have the ability to want more than one woman.
Yes.
If we give the opportunity,
yep,
we will take more than one. Let me tell you today. For those of you who don't know, we'll switch to the politics very soon. For those of you who don't know, let me give you a quote today. That thing where you can see most of your pastors and your men are going jumping around making noise. Let me tell you today, that scam, that couple of people in nagging the church. Forget about that story. Leave that Holy Ghost story when it comes to that part, no Holy Ghost Beneza. Pastor of close and I rap in your office. What the same place you be speaking into and casting demon out of you in your office. That same office. You know how many things are not there? You know?
Not a kind of thing.
The problem here, that one of the things you have to be very careful.
That's a little bit.
Okay.
Pastor doing Yantoff in the same room that he can go and be speaking.
And the same place where Holy Ghost can be, Holy Ghost, the other thing there, forget it. But
as a man of God, you have to be very careful, because those girls, when they go in the church, they are the target. Why is it into a whosoever pour out of the horse, $18 horse rent? She couldn't ask no other member in the church to help her, or to even tell the pastor why she going through for them to raise $18, but just to go to him directly. So as a man of God these days, you guys have to be very strong, because you people are the target. Because when you pay that $18 that horse rent, she know you will like to go there. At the end of the day, you go to rent her whole duplex. So you people are the target. So they start to get a strong man of God. It's not easy, because this one.
Man, looking at you coming back to be men of God.
Steve said something, and Steve, I think just stated, Steve, you are quite correct that indeed most of us men nowadays that are living in this generation, one woman is not enough. Let me just say this and back my chairman Steve. Some of you pretend like, oh, your pastor, they are so holy, but they are the one that doing. They will come out and tell you that yes, the Bible said this, the Bible said that, but they are the one that are having 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 girlfriends. They are the one that are doing these things, but because they enjoy doing it, so they will tell you that 1-to-1. Some of you women that are good women that's supposed to be second wives, third wives, and so forth. You listen to these people. Today, your life is in bondage. No here, no there. Again, another one that someone asked me, maybe why you go to church for good. That's a good question. I go to church for salvation. I don't go to church just because I want travel, I want to get married, I want to get rich. No. I don't go to church for these things.
Nobody beg you, let the record reflect. I am not against the pastor. In fact, I changed my mind to come back to the church to be on, because I know that the men are going to. But I see why you start with the deacon. You're coming start enjoying now. Your enjoyment coming. Look at the kind of thing. So why should I be there? Your enjoyment is no. I will be visiting service tomorrow and resume my membership. And I'm following Mongo. That's what Mongo inside. Mongo, I will go to church. I bet the enjoyment is. I will be in the house of God. I will serve God going forward. In fact, I won't be ordained man of God going forward. I do. Maybe you have finally found a solution. You see, Pastor,
you know to be daddy. You know what I mean? Those are the that
you won't tell me I know it's only in office too, because I won't pay hotel bill. I save money. What are you talking? So we're not here for that thing. We are staying with the men of God. Just so we know. After the social discussion. From you, because look, that's here now. What are you like?
Let me be from Ali said, I didn't mean enjoy you. The religious people you see that, so they enjoy it. They take your money. They take your people from you.
But you know what came to mind as I listen to the girl saying there? The statement the girl made that other women can come. The pastor said other women can come, but he had not taken that scam. To tell you that pastor understand some things. He had to make feel special so he can position up. That we call it a special treaty that he read there. So they make your special treat. Guess what? She feel too valuable. So at the end of the day, a lot of men are going here. A lot of my hero. My new hero. That's my new hero. I don't care for all
that. Daddy not asking, and one day about the other daddy, but not asking for how your man logo. What are your man complexion, bro? What are your man body, bro? No. Daddy,
my man, Lati of marrying one woman said, Lati, we the men that we can get you suffering. I was saying, actually. And the last time we discussed that thing here today, when we talk about prostate cancer, most men coming down with prostate cancer, these are some of the reason why. Because when you get one woman a day, women see sex as punishment for we the men now. And this is where it comes from. So that issue about marrying one wife is not good at all. Yes, so me the day God give me opportunity, I can tell my woman every day I'm an African man, not because in America.
There's no bad balls on the show.
I'm a Muslim man. Because Ali wants trouble on the show. You Ali, you better virus on the show.
Madam, no, I can give a clear code.
You know, I'm starting to love Mr. Masale. Mr. Masale, you looking like you'll be my local hero in America. I'm starting to like your business already. Because I like how you coming out and saying things emphatically. You know, not the monk who can be too, he can be too diplomatic about it. So, Mr. Masale, I'm looking at you. You tell a judge, Joseph Boga said Donald Trump look like a potential, what you call it? Peace, what you call him? Nobel Peace Prize winner.
Yeah, the Nobel Prize. Why they want to get it, papi?
Oh yeah. Yeah, but folks, let's share the show. We're about to get into the politics.
Oh yes.
Yeah, we're about to get. Nobel, can you please play that video where the reason why Donald Trump invited us?
Government is seeing a trend that's going to threaten their presence in these 5 countries in a matter of 3 years. The first trend has to do with how fast China and Russia are moving in these particular countries, ladies and gentlemen. Let me start with China. The United States was Gabon's major partner, trading partner in the 1990s before China came in. So from 1990 to the early 2000s, the U.S. imported significant volumes of crude oil from Gabon. U.S. companies like Shell and Valco Energy were the big players in Gabon's oil sector. But by the mid to late 2000s, China had taken over as Gabon's top trading partner. China is now importing most oil, manganese, and timber from Gabon. This is how China took Gabon from the U.S. China did what the U.S. never did for Gabon. They exported manufactured goods, brought in infrastructure development and technical aid to the economy of Gabon. And guess what's happening now, ladies and gentlemen? China is doing same things with Liberia, Mauritania, Guinea-Bissau, and Senegal. China brought in the money to build Dakar Arena, which is now Senegal's premier stadium for the national basketball team. So the Chinese built Dakar Arena, built the Dakar expressways and 8 bridges, and also upgraded their industrial park. Ladies and gentlemen, the fishing industry in Mauritania is completely taken over by Chinese vessels. This is a 754 kilometers long coast from Western Sahara to Senegal, all controlled by the Chinese. They have built roads, hospitals, conference centers in their capital, Nouakchott. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. The Chinese are beating the U.S. to their game. Even in Liberia, which was unofficially a U.S. colony, is in bed with China now. During the Ebola and COVID crisis, China was all over the place in Liberia, building hospitals and providing medical aid. China has since then built roads and is currently training Liberian soldiers on counterterrorism. Guinea-Bissau is all for China to take right now. Just recently, in May of this year, a delegation of about 20 Chinese business people were officially sent by the Chinese government to visit Guinea-Bissau to explore for investment opportunities in infrastructure, fisheries industry, renewable energy, and medical equipment. They are already building hospitals in this country. Roads and stadiums in the country are already built. A lot of them done by the Chinese. This is the policy the Chinese government has adopted with Africa. They will come in with gifts that you desperately need, and you will swing wide your gates open to them. And so far, it's working perfectly well in their favor. Ladies and gentlemen, America is losing coverage, and America isn't happy. Therefore, this is not a summit, but a summon. They are being called to be whipped in line, ladies and gentlemen. Russia, on the other hand, is heavily involved with Gabon. They have discussed military cooperation and arms sales to Gabon's new government. Russia's interest in Gabon has to do with its oil, uranium, and manganese deposits. Ladies and gentlemen, Africa is being played like a game to the Westerners. We have become a chess game to them. Ladies and gentlemen, they are scheming and planning on what they want and how they will take it from us, and we are just looking on.
Well, folks, I think as you can recall,
What an expose.
This is one of remember when the Ayololo buses came out, we decided to do the research. Monk they gone a few days ago and told you exactly
That's why
the same thing you heard the guy saying. The same thing. Monk told us based on his research findings that these are some of the reasons, these are some of the issues that the United States wanted to make sure that they beat China and other people to the punch when it comes to, world superpower, big powers at play. So, but I welcome Mr. Kane. Mr. Kane, welcome to the show. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll definitely welcome you. But folks, on the other end also, we are getting unconfirmed report, but thank God Mr. Kane is here. Maybe he can speak to that because he's one of the leaders and members of the CMC. I know Melbourne showed a picture yesterday briefly, but we are getting unconfirmed report that the government of Liberia, which claimed to be in concurrence or the one development, when the CMC chairman Musa Hassan Beledi offered to build a bridge, the government is in opposition. So it is reported that they are using Senator Boto Kane to stand in the way. So since we have Mr. Kane here, before we get to what we heard from the reasons for which Jose Yuma Bwaga came to America, let's ask Mr. Kane about that because he could be more familiar with the story and have more information regarding that. Mr. Kane, welcome. What's going on?
Yeah, thank you so much. First, let me begin by saying a big thank you to Melbourne, Masale, for keeping the show going, and also Monk for being back from time to time. I know Steve being available over the weekends. But yes, I want to say thank you to all our viewers and listeners across the globe. That is for Sktv. So with regards to what is going on in Liberia, it is shameful, it is embarrassing. But again, it is in favor of Liberia and in favor of the CMC. There's a bridge in the middle of Bapolu County that somehow has claimed a lot of lives. People have been killed on that bridge for over many decades. So that bridge, there was a bridge that the CMC was informed about, and CMC was asked see if they can do something about it, and CMC sent engineers to see if there's something that we can do. And CMC decided to undertake the project to build a bridge for the people of Bapolu County, pro bono, free of charge. So there was a scheduled groundbreaking that was supposed to be today, Saturday. In fact, it was because of that the political leader was supposed to come on this show today, but that show was canceled because he said if we could do it on Friday, because he has a scheduled groundbreaking to start a project in Bapolu County. Few days before, the justice minister called in and said that CMC shouldn't go there. And CMC said, no, we're going there. We're not going there for any other reason but for development, to go help the people. The people need our help. Guess what they did? They sent police. A lot of police. Now, if anybody get there, you should confront them. To the point where, when they said, okay, you know, the political leader said, we were going to go there. We don't care. We don't care what you guys do because we are going there to help the people. You can't help them, we can help them. That's not possible. So, what did they now? Instead of just sending just the police, they decided now to say, you know what? Let's also pretend that we're going to do the work. So the people will not feel like we are driving the people from doing the work and we are not doing it. So they carry a yellow machine to go park the yellow machine there. They say they are rehabilitating the bridge. Can you imagine? So now what they are trying to do, CMC was planning to build a concrete bridge, like a modern bridge. I think you saw the picture, how they wanted to do it. You saw that on the political leaders page. But yeah, they are saying that they're going to go and build some iron steel bridge to rehabilitate the what they already have, which has been done many, many times. After a few years, it will break, and sometimes it break under moving vehicles where people got killed.
Right.
A lot of people have died on that bridge. So, if you are asking to know what happened, this is exactly what happened. At the end of the day, because the tension was getting too much, so according to the political leader, he said that, you know what, if CMC will be the reason to awaken these guys to go and work for the Liberian people, then that's fine. Our job is not about competition. It's not about who is doing what. It's not about credit. It's about what Liberian people will benefit, what Liberian will get. So if we are going to be, doing this, then let us go and help build the bridge on St. John River, connecting Bapolu and Lower Bon County. Let us go and build all the bridges that CMC is undertaking right now. So that way, if they're looking for credit, they'll get a credit. But no, it's not about that. It's all about political expediency, thinking that CMC is making headway. And I got a news for you guys to know. It is confirmed, which is very, very, intense right now in the cycle of the Unity Party. Judge Joseph Boakai has decided that he's going to run for re-election. We talked about it last time that it was being discussed. It was being discussed, but now it's finalized. Joseph Boakai is going to run. So Jeremiah Kung is not happy. And other political actors who were thinking about running on the ticket of the Unity Party, they are not happy. And what is even more concerning, Joseph Boakai might not carry Jeremiah Kung for his re-election. So, but everything they do right now, Joseph Boakai is doing it simply because
Mr. Kana is breaking through, even though that that on Sktv can get a new way happen. Yeah. Another new
power, man. Power is something else.
So, folks, as you can hear it, or as you heard it. Let me hear from Mr. Masale. Mr. Masale, how do you react to the opposition of the CMC or Musa Hassan Bility, the project? Because this is something that we spoke about a few days or weeks ago on Sktv about the Unity Party's plan to go against anybody from the opposition. It didn't matter, one of the opposition leaders. And I want to be on record that I stand in support of Joseph Boakai arresting opposition leaders. What say you based on what Sekou said, based on what you heard?
Yeah, thank you there. Thank to Mr. Kane. Yes, I saw that thing this morning. Yes, and immediately I called in Bopolu to confirm as to what I saw on the social media, if it were true to see, or I saw huge police officer at the bridge, and I saw people like doing some welding, and the information I saw was the government said they are going to fix the bridge. So I was like, this bridge been like that, sent Madam Sedita, George Wiata, and I even sent journalists to that place. They went, they assessed that bridge, and it was all on social media. Even the water project that Mo Ali carried out there, they were lying, and all of these things came to light. So this bridge been like that. The people, they campaigned, they promised the people of Bopolu that they were going to fix that bridge. And send the king to power, they care about that bridge. So my question, if Mr. Benete was not to go Bopolu to talk about facing the bridge, Joseph Boakai was not going to think about a campaign promise he made. But this is just showmanship. And I see it like they are ashamed because they promised the people, and all of the sudden they've been sensitive just to see Musa Benete going down there. It's a shame. So now my question I was asking, a concrete bridge, and just for you to go and you do welding, you put irons together. These two things, which one is guaranteed that will last longer than you coming to put stop to it? So I think they want to like try to put hand around Mr. Benete and see how best they can put good bridge over there. But just as you said, Joseph Boakai, he worked with President Dome. This is that one of the good things he learned, to go after all a political opponent. And that's the same thing. So, like Mr. Benete said, I think they can go after him. All the project he carry on, say they want to show political weight or showmanship, and then let them go and start this project. I think that would be better. That's what I see. But it make no sense for someone to come into put a concrete bridge that will last for so many years, and you're talking about coming to get well steel plate and to put iron somewhere that will not even serve good that much longer. So it make no sense to me. But that's the Unity Party. Their level of ineptitude and insensitivity is just beyond human imagination.
Thank you so much. Monk, what say you? Do you think this could escalate the fact that they are allegedly stopping anybody from implementing any project or whatever it is, not even with government money or whatever, but implementing any project? Do you think this could escalate to wherein it degenerating to something else, taking away from the project? Because if you threaten, what say you?
Well, they will do more. It seems that they will do the worst as we get closer to the next election cycle, because that's what it means. You look at our president, because if this was a priority, it would have been part of his agenda. In terms, we know we got like infrastructural deficit in Liberia. So I don't know anyone in a sound mind that will be stopping another individual or political institution from helping in bring about more infrastructure. I saw the blueprint for that particular bridge. Why would you want to rehabilitate a bridge when someone is there to construct a better and a newer one? But it tells you a lot about politics, and you wouldn't even want to believe that this is happening in a country like Liberia. That it's unimaginable that an elderly man like Joseph Boakai, knowing the challenges we face in that country, will be serving as a roadblock for people in a particular segment of the country to benefit from infrastructure projects. And I think the chairman said it right. If you want to go that route, then go and do the same project that I did in other parts of the country, other bridges that I were able to build. Why is it? Because for the president, it seems like the politics is more important than benefiting the life of the people. And that's why I keep telling our people, right? If you're really rational in Liberia, if you can really sit by and do some deep concentration and thinking, it tells about the true intent of the president, that he's not there to make your life better. He's only there to maintain his grip on power. That's a simple message. That's the only logical conclusion you can come out with based on the action of the government. You're talking about a newly constructed bridge versus rehabilitating a bridge that has consumed the life of many innocent people. How can anyone in a rational mind be opposed the project. But that's Liberia for you, and that's the politics. That's why no matter sometimes how much in terms of resources you may possess, political power is something different because they are the one giving the state, they're giving the power to preserve over the state. And in most cases, the people who are giving that power, they will end up abusing other people because legally they are the one giving that power through the social contract, or whatever we call it. You might have the physical care, and these are some of the reasons you see politicians, not politicians, but business people, even billionaires getting involved into politics. Because you look at some regular guy who never did something for himself just because he's giving political power, he wants to abuse you, even though you are creating value for society, that you benefiting thousands of people. But guess what? Someone with a political power can just obstruct your dream and aspiration when it comes to helping other people. And that's exactly what you see happening with the government and the CMC leader. It's just so sad, but that's Liberia for you, and that's the politics that Joseph Boakai is mostly interested in maintaining power than even improving your life. But there's a testament to the rest of the country, not only the people of Bapolu. It just tells you that the goal and the whole dream or vision of this government is not to make your life better, and they are not in the position to make your life better. That's just why it is.
Thank you, man. Mebo, how do you react to this? What's it?
Well, I think when I saw that yesterday, I was shocked because there's something came straight to my mind that if these people are going to be in power maybe for the past 6 years, I don't think Mr. Belete is going to do anything, because that means they're going to stop him from doing all of the projects that he did on the previous government, and that's just so bad. So for me, I think the citizens, they have to stand up, because this is not the kind of politics, or this is not the kind of country that we want, that only the government should allow. The government, it is your responsibility to do it. But as long as you are not doing it and someone else want to do it, well, give the person the opportunity instead of you fighting them. Like, in fact, two of you are into maybe a power struggle as to who's going to control this or who's going to do this. No. So for me, I see these things as I think there are things that are undermining development. No wonder why this country is like this, just because certain group of people feel that in fact when they don't do it, that means no one else shouldn't do it. So that's why we are still backward. That's why we are still undeveloped. But again, it's bad. And the citizen, they're the only group of people that can stand up. Because when they don't stand up, mind you, this thing will happen. And Honorable Musa Hassan Belete, as long as they can stop it now in Bapolu County, moving forward, that's a test. And that already goes through. The next project that he will want to do, they won't allow him to do it. So it's a test, and the test, if this one pass, that means, and then you just forget about doing project now, because the government won't allow him to do any project anymore like that. So for me, I think that's my take and that's my observation in the entire situation that happened yesterday.
Well, thank you. Let me put it this way. Like Monk said, this is just the beginning of the beginnings. It looks like this is simple. It looks like the government just want to rehabilitate, or the government. Let me say this. The government does not have rights to stop anybody from doing any kind of development they want to do for the people. The government does not have any right to do that. I've never seen that anywhere before in my life. And so this is crazy. And I will highly encourage the CMC to not take this lightly, and other opposition leaders and other opposition members, because very soon, very, very soon, you will have to go ask the government where you want to build or do anything, even in your own district. Very, very soon.
Absolutely.
Very, very soon. These guys always try to test the water and see. I've said this over and over. The opposition cannot be somebody who's sucking up to government. No. It is the government responsibility to maintain peace and order, not your responsibility. If you are doing what is right and the government wants to stay in the way, then you're chakla A. It's very simple. Because the roadie guys are taking now, they want to take a hardcore road, you guys, but they're testing the water to see what they can get away with first before they take the next step. And this is Unity Party people. I'm telling y'all. This is Unity Party. We told y'all, yeah, it was not alleged. We said it here on the show, and we have the record of it, that there is a plan for the Unity Party people to come after opposition leaders, not members, opposition leaders. They will make sure they squeeze your leaders to the wall. We told y'all. We told y'all. That justice, what they bring in, or whatever his name is, that guy who they bring in, if you think that joke, you will see how the opponent will be ruling in court cases in the favor of Joseph Boakai. You will see how the Chief Justice will be acting. Watch and see. Y'all shouldn't stand up. Y'all shouldn't stand up to these guys. Y'all be making the thing low there to say you're scared or that food in the wagon, yeah, you know, and the peace, let's protect the peace. Y'all be on protecting the peace. Joseph Boakai issue on your 2029. Watch and see. He's starting with stopping y'all from even doing development for the Liberian people because they are stealing the money. They don't want to do development. Y'all want to do development, they're stopping y'all. Then you talk about election. You think we win election? Just sit on there. Among how do you react to Joseph?
Here's the snap out about this particular story. I get that the CMC had never had the idea of even trying to rebuild a new bridge. There was no way the government was going to rehabilitate that bridge. So I mean, the only reason I'm going for the rehabilitation because of the CMC involvement.
Sure.
And according to constitutional law, an individual or even an institution can implement project in Liberia once they meet the legal requirement. And in the case of Bapolu, I know that we still have a central government, but when we're talking about legal requirement, whether they're a development superintendent or maybe some authority on the county level, because it's a county project, right? So it means an individual has the right to execute a project constitutionally and legally.
Exactly.
So it means that I think the CMC and their political leader, they can take the thing to the courts and we see what become of it, because it's just the beginning of a new game that is going to be played before 2029, and they are going to do worse. That's why they're telling you now that Boakai is in the race for 2029. And when he's in the race, it means he's bringing new justices to the bench, and he's already the incumbent president. It means he will do worse than what you are saying, because I don't know, for a country with infrastructure deficit, who in a right frame of mind will want to stop any kind of a project? Whether it's area or handpump, who want to stop that knowing that the people need it?
Exactly.
Who will do that? But that's it for you.
I'm trying to wrap my head around. But folks, even on a bigger note, let me say this. You know, when SKTV broke the news journal that Joseph Boakai, the United Party have agreed for Joseph Boakai to run and not carry Jeremiah Kun. Let me say this. Let me say this to you. For some of us on the show, we could care less about Jeremiah Kun. Jeremiah Kun is nobody.
Yeah, I know, right?
He is nothing.
Yeah.
Joseph Boakai got what he wanted from Nimakande, and they allegedly got rid of Prince Johnson. So Jeremiah Kun is nothing. Y'all the Nimakande people who are killing yourself and jumping around that you'll be president. We told you on the show that you'll not be president. You'll start wasting your time.
Yeah.
You'll start wasting your time. We told you that was not a game plan. That United Party you're dealing with the users, the people who can use you and drop you like old cup. That then you're dealing with. You think you're going anywhere? You think you're going anywhere? Jeremiah Kun, all the meeting you had to your farm, when you know the bad people more Ali than laughing with you, that loud. They told Joseph Boakai all your play. They told Joseph Boakai all your play. My brother, you choke. You can't be dead bad. Just imagine. You don't get no position now after vice presidency. You know they come and use against you to fight you? Koga. Watch and see. And you bring Koga. They come and bring Koga for you. And you know what? They will sponsor normally and Delon and the war against you. Wait, look, the front line will be too much for you. AD play job and the rest of the people. Jeremiah Kun, watch and see.
For me, Steve, whether Boakai chooses to run or not, I knew that he would never be an option for Unity Party, because I know Unity Party when it comes to the politics. Jeremiah Kun was just a means to an end. He was the most, from a political standpoint, he was the easiest way from that calculation to get to the presidency. So he was just a means to the end. Even if you take Joseph Boakai off Unity Party ticket, Unity Party people will not sit there for Jeremiah Kun to be the Senate bearer. So for me, it's no news to me. I mean, it's not strange to me that it's happening. It's just that it came too early. But I can put my money on the line that Unity Party will find another means that they believe they can use to the presidency without going through Jeremiah Kun. So whether you take Joseph Boakai off the picture or not, I know he's not going to be the Senate bearer. It's just a waste of time. Yeah.
So folks, we're getting out direct. Nimakande yeah. Nimakande can be president. Hey, you see how they tell what an former Touré on a boss man from what is it called, a vote? And you see how they made I know Jeremiah Wapo. You see how Joseph Boakai made that one bad. You can hear about Wapo. You can have a wapo, even to live for cartoons and even getting that job. That you think your Nimakande people were important? Getting rid of Prince Johnson was the most important thing for Unity Party. Let me tell you today, getting rid of Prince Johnson was the most important thing for Joseph Boakai and Unity Party. It was never about Jeremiah Kun. It was making Prince Johnson comfortable so they can fool him and deal with him. That was it. That was the biggest part of the mission here. Who told you to destabilize Nimakan? Who told you they needed different things? But Mr. Kane, welcome back. Thank God you are back. We started exploring this story. So you know that you were celebrating here a couple of months ago, that you were standing by your Nimakante brother. You know that yo, that's you.
Yeah. So what happened actually? Like I'm working, so when people are using my phone to join the show, so when people call me, I forgot to put my phone to do not disturb. That's what I normally do when I'm using my phone to join the show. But I had some important call that came in, so that kind of cut me off. So yes, like I was saying, with the Bapolu issue situation, people are very angry. We have started getting some calls from people in Bapolu because people were really gearing up. There were a lot of people, citizens of Bapolu County, that were ready for the groundbreaking, and they said they were going to be there in full. But what happened in Bon County a few weeks ago, that was kind of like a wake-up call for the government. So they're afraid. They don't want to see the wave of the CMC covering the entire country. So they're afraid. But what is even concerning to me is that what would the people of Bapolu do or say, to this government who Joseph Boakai being empowered? They said they brought yellow machines. They said they did a lot of things. They've been fishing roles. They say they're fishing roles somehow in other areas. What has been stopping them from fishing the bridge in Bapolu County? Only to can stop CMC building a modern bridge that they want to build some kind of iron bridge, calling it remodel or remodel the damaged bridge that's already there. If the citizens of Bapolu County are going to be like other parts of Liberia, wherein the government will come and do things and they will let it go, then it's up to the people of Bapolu County. If they are concerned, if they really want to see development, road construction, and other developmental projects in their country, then they should say something to the government. That's all I have to say, Steve. But then when it comes to the Unity Party people, think that one, it creates a lot of problems, creates a lot of buzz, because the reason why they say they don't want to carry Kun, that the people in Nimba County might not vote for them because they'll be disappointed, because Joseph Boakai promised them that you're going to run for only one term. That was the purpose of Jeremiah Kun and Prince Johnson and the Nimba County supporting Joseph Boakai. So people are saying that they already been betrayed. So Joseph Boakai went home. And with the emergence of the CMC, the political leader being from Nimba County, so they feel like the vote is never going to be like they were, it was, back in 2023. They believe if CDC going to put a candidate out, CDC will carry some. CMC might carry 40 to 50%, and whatever they're going to get, it might not give them enough, number to get anything, substantial to defeat any difference in terms of numbers. So, yeah, that's what it is. So they say Jeremiah Kun was running too soon to be president, that the man is too greedy, and the man, is consolidating power already. And the person that Joseph Boakai is preparing to, succeed him after Joseph Boakai, leaves the stage will be Kafwan, another person from Lofa County. So and then in terms of VP, they say they are looking at somebody from Bon County, in what's his name? You, what I got the short
Prince
guy,
Moy. Prince
Chris
Moy.
Moy. Yeah, so that's what's going on right now.
Well, I can say to you from the local things, a little Nimakante will not eat a show right now as we speak. Your whole presidency in Yobo Yobo. Well, we'll see y'all later. We're not worried about y'all. We're not worried about Jeremiah Kun, folks. Jeremiah Kun will be fine. But anyway, let me get a reaction from you guys based on what you heard from Sekou. Then we'll go straight to the line because we want to hear from the Liberian people. Let's start with Melbourne. Melbourne, what's your reaction? What say you?
Well, for me, you know, I always saying that in fact 2029 is still far, but again, people are planning. People are in fact they are putting their horses together. Other people they are having their meetings and so forth. But again, we are watching the process. Like what happening there from Nimba County, the fights are just getting too much back to back. Even Yan Tuan quite recently, you know, talking for the people, especially when you have to do with the settlement. So there'll be a lot of issues. There'll be a lot of political fights. There'll be a lot of things happening in Nimba, especially when it comes to the issue of who control Nimba and for who is the godfather. So again, for the presidency, I think Liberian now they can clearly see that if this president not go for the second term, or maybe if he now go back to contest on the party ticket, maybe they may not carry Jeremiah Kun, because these are news that we've been hearing in the corridor for a very long time now. But we'll not see. We are still watching to see how everything play. Maybe he may like to play a game well, and they will carry him. But if not, then maybe different party may like to want a party ticket. We've been hearing about the finance minister coming to control the party and so forth. You know, allegedly that indeed that was the reason why they brought in the government. I need to be the head of the Unity Party. So far so good. I think that might take on the entire issue with that VP and so forth.
Mr. Masale, what say you? Before we go to Monk, then we'll go straight to the line because we want to open the line a little earlier today for our people. Okay, Masale is not there. Monk.
You know, for me, everything that happens in Liberia, I just think about the voters, because if they can really read the direct code that has been sent to them, they will know exactly how to make choices. And I think Yeke Koluba is once again vindicated that the president is already in campaign mode. They're not thinking about governing. They are thinking about the next election cycle. That's why I said that's the reason he tried to take advantage of the situation happening between the family of the late president and we are, because that's how they brought about the whole dual body going. And Yeke Koluba said it right. This president is in campaign mode, and that gets the mentality right now that even though they are the one giving power with 4+ years to stay go, but guess what? They are into campaign mode. They're not even thinking about governing. It's all about how you can bamboozle the average voter with the intention of maintaining power. That's why it's happening. So if that is the case, then it means you're not going to get anything better over the next 4 years. There will be a bunch of pet projects here and there, because the man is not thinking about giving a result now. He's thinking about how he can stay longer to continue this gravy train. So that's why it is. So for me, it's not kind of for screens. Again, Liberian people will always be the victim. And matter of fact, they choose to be victims anyway, because you don't need to go to school to see something that is as clear as day. We're in the war in the country of Liberia. Even if it gets a full power, why would you say no? Knowing fully where the challenge is when it comes to infrastructure in that country. And you're talking about rehabilitation versus a modern bridge, because like I said, I saw the blueprint, the guy that designed is up there for anybody to go and see. Why would the government want to stop a project like that? Okay, if that is the case, even if you have extra resources, why not channel those resources somewhere else and just let the chairman to a party or whosoever to do their thing, and you got more resources left to take on other projects? Why would you want to be an impediment to an infrastructure project, especially in a county like Bapolu, that is one of the least in terms of infrastructure in Liberia? Why? But that's the politics for you. So there's nothing you can do about it, my brother.
Thank you. Maybe for you,
let's hope the CNC, if they want to do the thing genuinely, because they are laws, they can take it. They can take the legal route. I don't know if you win this government, but there is an opportunity too to see it that way. And the people of Bapolu, let's see if they will protest against that and demand that we want a better bridge than what you are giving us now. So we'll see.
Thank you, Monk. Maybe before you go to Liberia quickly, let me take this call. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from, please?
This is Justine Martin. I'm calling from Georgia. And Steve, I wanted to add my voice. Those kids though, and they're living. This is the issue with Unity Party. Everybody know. But let me talk about the project really quickly with CNC. And let me say kudos to Musability. Let him continue to challenge them. But lawmakers have no right. They do not have the power to stop anyone from development. What they can do, who has the power to do that? Public Works. And they can only stop that based on the design. If the design does not meet the standard of the country, wherever the codings are, and they can always go back and modify. But you cannot stop, especially where the people so need. This government needs to focus on the work for which they hire them, not to be skipping and just and terrorizing people. So I'm gonna stop here and Steve, I know you're on my people, but we always say I'm on the body and good for us. Bye.
Thank you, my Uma. You probably label you. It's sweet for you. But anyway, let's go to the line. They come and get big. Melbourne, it's on you now.
Yeah, man, dear brother, let me go to the line to interact with our people to this first caller, David. David, can go evening.
Good evening, Melbourne. Let me say good evening to the rest of the family.
Yeah, go ahead.
You see, yesterday we talked about this thing. Joseph Boakai and his team, they are now concerned about the well-being of the Liberian people. This is why you see the country the way it is. Who will want to stand in the way of a project that will benefit the people of this country? And this is why you were elected. Who told you, say, as an opposition, you can't do anything for the people? You must come to power before you do something. The CFC is trying to change the dynamics of politics. My own party, the CDC, we did not do anything for the Liberian people for us to come to power. So now the CNC has shown us the way that whoever want to vie for presidency, you should first of all work for the Liberian people. And I don't see that as a bad thing. But Mr. Boakai, everything that people want to do in the interest of this country, he tried to be a hindrance to that. And I do not see as a patriotic leader as people claim that he's patriotic, because I haven't seen the kind of patriotic thing that he has shown since he took over the leadership of this country. But he continued to keep the Liberian people in active poverty.
All right. Thank you so much to this caller. Good evening.
My name is Jonathan. I call from Kingsville.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, my contribution is, I think Honorable Musa Pelete is doing a lot of venture, is carrying on some very good development. But my only concern is, I don't know whether he presented the design of that bridge to the Public Works Ministry for approval. Because yesterday I even got to learn from the EPA director that even buses that were built, those plans are supposed to be approved by the EPA. But often we don't do those things. So while it is true that yes, our mobility is doing something good, but to say the same, I don't know why he presented the plan of that bridge to the Public Works Ministry for approval. And he did so that they will have no reason to stop him. The area they stop him, the people of Bible can protest or he can take it through the legal means. But if he just did it on his own, even with good engineers and not approved by the Public Works Ministry, then that will be the problem.
All right. Thank you so much to this caller. Good evening. Well, keep a calls coming 0770-203-125. That's the number for you to call this evening to be part of the SKTV show. To this caller. Oh, sorry. Yeah, keep a calls coming 0770-203-125. That's the number to call. Those of you who call in, yes, indeed, you can place in your calls to 0770-2031-25. Let me go to the line to with our callers. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening to the other panelists. And I think this is Brother G. Lahasing, where they call him from Pinze, AB Toboro. I think the lady that last they called from America said the right thing, and the gentleman I just called also said it. You see, before big construction in Liberia, you have permit. I would tell you, Honorable is trying to do it best, but even the bridge he built in Nima, I arrested an engineer in Nima before, and I worked on it before. But there was no design even submitted to the government. He went on to it because people knew it. So nobody take it negative that government does not want anyone to do a job, but there's a procedure. So I think definitely if you are taking a blueprint to the Ministry of Public Works for approval, and if he approved, he will work. We also no one thing to be negative. The government does not want nobody to work for the country. I said they were not working there. I even called a project engineer, told him over and over. I said, do you people have a representative of Public Works there? He said, no, they will see what they can do. And no public representative was there. And then tomorrow, if that bridge collapse, that's government responsibility. I mean, God forbid.
All right.
So
Thank you. Today's caller, good evening.
Good evening, neighbor. How are you today?
I'm okay. Thank God for life.
This is Mamo Selfo. I'm calling you from Broadville. You know, neighbor, really, what I'm hearing, it's really not too fine. I understand public work has the right in order to sanction and approve whatever development one wants to undertake, even your own house that you want to build. But if for any other reason that for which you see it, that it is something that this person is going to do, I think the best thing to do is, oh yeah, okay, that's a good venture. We called you, let us sit, and then maybe the drawing you have, it needs to be like this. Or even the resources you are using, this is what we can comment, we can complement it and so. But to say to stop it and then do different things, for me really, I think those people who are the stakeholders in government, they need to hear this and see and revisit the decision to swing away with the honorability from doing it. Let us put politics aside. As we always say, politics is not what we want. We want what can impact the people life. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Today's caller, good evening.
Hey, neighbor, good evening. How are you?
My brother, okay. Thank God for life.
Thank you very much. Let me release Sidiki Kuma, Sidiko Lima Sidiki. I call it Morris Farm. Oh, hello. Neighbor, I was so happy to get a news this morning to say about Jeremiah Puna here the Unity Party. Thank God, thank God. It's not going to be so ungrateful and greedy. Yeah, going by that, you know, oh yeah. This is what we're here for. Thank God, the city job, we are telling people today, and we are taping Joseph, today, Baga is paying you. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Today's caller, good evening.
How you doing? How you doing?
Yes, we okay. Thank God for life. Go ahead.
Okay, my name is Kumar Shari, and I got this conversation from the you know, I've been following the show, I've been following the PMC political party, but the government got it. The government, the year, almost even the project I was thinking about the honorable, if it was very party that the fully have to stop it. But only because it is honorable, the radio is put to stop it. So all I want to tell them is the young people in good work, and those of us who are here, we find all these people that go to our CMC, but I'll still find it to record. But I still got to see on the president of president that at least I see part of the motion of CMC.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Conan. Will show you the way. Today's caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, neighbor. This is who we are called from Grand Bass.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. You see, this is why within early and that job we are routine, we had a lot of humanitarians that were helping our people in the counties and districts. But now the government seems to be the no plenty that they can do all for our people. So they're stopping people who want to help the others, common people. Just for somebody to be bridge, this is why government want to go soft to AD. It's so frustrating to hear such a thing on the news. And thank God for the Nima County people for what they are into. God bless them, and God will continue to bless them. That the Unity Party is not there for them 2029. Jeremiah Puma, TV. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Today's caller, good evening.
Good evening, neighbor. Good evening, your fellow panelists.
Yes, go ahead.
This is the voice of Fidel Sign and Joy from Soviet Disciple. Neighbor, I think you can hear the joy in my voice. I'm very happy. And the reason is simple. By hearing that Europa, they help Jeremiah Poon to get rid of Prince Johnson. And now there is coming smoke over Jeremiah Poon. They are about to use about to get rid of him. It's laudable. No clap for that one first. Let us speak on Nima Country. Never on Nima Country. Number two, I want to be as a quick case. Oh, you see, these people did not come to help the Liberian people. But they came to destroy us. Therefore, I saw for sword. When I started on the internet, I saw for sword. I went somewhere up right here. You remember they embarked on a road project that they said they were going to pour a road down there, they were going to create an area and pour cover. But never instead of create an area to put a cover and make a cover there. Today, they put a car over the road. When you pass in, you put them in a bucket so they can get something to cover that cover. They see police academy and taking those factories. Why they can't go and do all the president community work and appreciate it? But somebody is trying to do something for the country to benefit, they are stopping it because they can't do it. Somebody say it ain't meeting approval of public works. Granted, if that was the case, the project said it was a corner. Why can't they guide the protest? If that is the case, why can't they guide the protest? But then they are stopping it and provide authority. If they stop it, they didn't meet the standard of public works. They are not going to bring about authority to say to fill Ohio. They were supposed to guide it and say, no, this is how we want the place to be.
All right. Thank you so much to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, go ahead, and your name and from where you join us.
This is Amos calling from Kakata.
Good. Thank you, Amos, for joining us. Go ahead.
Yeah. I listen to the radio for the information that they're talking on. For me, and I'm for it, but the preach we need to talking for me, the government get it right to post up because it's that if they breach, they may face it tomorrow. If they collapse, who will complain it? Or enough feeling, who will complain? The consent of government. So it's better they go and sit and get people from government is getting the people, or they get go there and say they want to do it, they do it. Then you come their own and do it. Because anything happen tomorrow, government will face it. They will say that isn't government to the high. So it's better they government and sit there and so here.
Okay. All right, thank you. Keep a calls coming 0770-203125. Take more calls. Even the WhatsApp line is also there for those of you in the diaspora. You can also call. You're also on the WhatsApp line so that you too can also be part of this show. Have your voice say out there. If you keep a calls coming 0770-203125 or 0770-203125. That's the number for you to call this evening. What you say into all of our discussion here this evening, I guess you've been following throughout, and we've been discussing on a lot of issues that we're talking about, especially the situation in Bapuru County with the breach. Hello to this caller. Good evening. Charles Cooper. Good evening. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Charlie, go ahead. Charlie, you live.
Okay, let me first commend CMC. I want to encourage CMC to identify more projects that government have abandoned for over years and just announce that they are about to intervene. Whenever they do that, the government of Liberia will go and intervene. I think that is another clever way of forcing the government to do what it ought to do for the citizens. Maybe if you are a father who refused to feed your children, and when someone tries to feed them, then you complain, oh, the food is not good. But you have failed to even give them the fresh food before talking about good food. So that's the case with CMC and the government right now. If you abandon a project that taken away lives, and someone is trying to intervene before you want to carry on your political charade, thinking that you want to serve the people, didn't the government know about that breach? So I think I want to encourage CMC to identify more projects. Sometimes you just pretend like you're going to do the work, just announce and sit and look at government. They will come and do it.
I like that. So quickly, before we want to have a lot of time to respond. So let me just take the WhatsApp call quickly, then we'll cross over to the team. Yeah, so do you want Jabo? Good evening.
Yeah, that would be great, Mabel.
Yeah, Mabel. You getting me?
Yes, go ahead, my brother. You are live on the show.
Yeah. Good afternoon to you guys, Steve, and everybody down there. I'm calling from Florida, precisely Jackson. Can you ask Musa Brite? I think there's a clip concerning a school in Sano. There's a school in Sano where they fling around here, right?
Yeah.
You tell Musa Brite to go do the play and start being at school. That's what the government will do too. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, that's good, Steve. So we're back. We want to have a little time, at least so that.
Yeah, let's hear from Mr. Masale real quick. Mr. Masale, what say you?
Let me go to the WhatsApp line. Yeah, I beg you. Tell us hello.
Okay.
Oh, hi. Oh, Mabon.
Yes, quickly go ahead.
I'm calling from Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And on the radio there. I want to say hello to the Liberian people. Look, Mabon, the government, the rescue government, they never came to rescue. They cannot destroy Liberia. You know, there are certain people, like, they are smart. They're quick to recognize the drifter in the room. When they see them, it's not pointing out. All people say, oh, the people are here, and they let that person out their thing. But they know that the man cannot do the work. The man can do what he say he will do. Like JB, Everything that the government say they get to rescue, they not say they able to do it. They change the whole rescue thing to A. It took them almost 2 years for them to come out with a plan. They made left for it. He come out, he pay nothing. The only thing we're hearing like go English. Then yes, the other mayor seeing people having issue and trying to put rules for them to recognize it. They're running. They say they're going to face it or do what they're supposed to do that. I was saying they face it, but because somebody come, they can't face it, and when they come, they can't face it. Those now people got to open your out.
All right.
Protest here, to election time, you can tell us here, we not get voting card. So we not can out to go vote. You're not get voting card, you go there to go protest. But why am I just sit at home?
All right. Thank you so much, my dear brother. Go ahead, Steve. We back.
Yeah.
After,
Mr. Masale, what say you?
Yeah, thanks to the callers. You see, this whole issue they're talking about, maybe Honorable Benete, they didn't get document from Public Well or Public Well that approved for the blueprint. So I want to know all those bridges that Mr. Benete is constructing around, they didn't get any permission or any people from Public Work. That's what I want to know. Or only this identical bridge. And again, all along that bridge bent over there. So if Mr. Benete was not to go to talk about facing that bridge, giving the people of Bopulu a concrete bridge, United Party was not to go there. They were not going to go there immediately the next day to put stop to it and say, oh yes. You know, this whole thing is all about showmanship. These are some of the lies we always talk about the United Party. They lie about everything. Okay. You people campaign, you were going to face that bridge and you fear the people of Bopulu County. Today, Mr. Benete went there with his team, and you're coming to post up to it, saying people are talking about, oh, they're supposed to get people from Public where this and that, when the bridge collapsed, this and that. So all the other bridges. But Mr. Benete, maybe one day he will come and address that issue. For me, all I know, this is all about showmanship. Joseph Baka want to show himself, as we're hearing, he want to come by 2029. Maybe he trying to start putting his bases together. These are some of the things, but it's nothing. This old man is going after all his opponents. These are some of the things. If Mr. Benete don't have any document or whatsoever getting people from Public where when he started, come and guide him in the process. That's the best thing to do. And then the money you're taking to carry over there, divert it to people say this old man have wisdom. Where is the wisdom? The best thing to do, come and put hair around the man, guide him in the process, and the resources you take it to that bridge, take it to another place. People who have wisdom, this is how they operate. But they may lack fresh idea. He knows nothing. But we wait to see Mr. Benete one day here so he can address that issue. So far, so good. That's all I have to say on that bridge issue. That's all.
Yes, Steve. I know what you are talking about. You are muted, though. So,
Monk, are you there? Monk, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Sorry, go ahead, please. Sorry, I was muted. Sorry.
Well, I think almost like Ali read my mind because, you know, our people always play defense. They will always take us out because for them, everything is politics and they're classical. Some of the people who talking about regulation issue and meeting the standard of the popular way, it's just a joke because it's just common sense. For a bridge that is already consuming the life of innocent Liberian, it means it's structurally deficient already. It means it cannot even meet the popular web standard. That's why it's killing people, right? That's just common sense. So the question you're going to ask yourself is, this is not the first bridge that the CMC political leader, this is not the first project he's undertaking. So if it were about specification and meeting the popular work standard, it means they will have raised the red flag in other areas that he's constructing bridges. So it just killed the whole argument. The problem is, when you think about it from a political standpoint, the Western cluster area, the bombing, Cape Mount, Bapolu, those are places Unity Party people usually count on election to that are based over there. So they think that constructing a bridge in that particular region, maybe it will give the CMC and other parties maybe a political leverage. That's why it is. It's not about the location. It's about the impact. They are looking at it from the political standpoint and the calculation. Because Chemability has another bridge project in Nima County, right? So if it was about standard and regulation and meeting the structural blueprint, then it means the government will have raised the red flag, but why only in Buffalo? And I guess if the chairman was to go in other area in that region, it will be the same problem. So the whole idea of people talking about if they call their engineers and making sure representative from the public, well, no, it has nothing to do with anything about engineering or structural deficiency, because the existing bridge that they are going to rehabilitate is already structurally deficient. So it makes no sense. That's their argument. It's just a political gamesmanship that is being played here with this bridge issue. So it's nothing more than that. But I'll stop there for now, Steve.
Yeah, Mr. Kana, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, what say you? What would you like to add, subtract, or?
Yeah, so, yeah, thank you so much, Steve. Not to take most of your time, I want to say thank you to the callers. Those that talk about government's, responsibility and this and that, I think more already made that argument clear. It has nothing to do about regulations. It has nothing to do about standard. It's all about political, gamesmanship, and it's all about fear. So if this was about standard or regulation, you know what they could have done? Say, you know what, we don't want you to start or groundbreak this until you show us all the documentation that you have met all regulations and the blueprint also meets the standard required by the public works.
Yep.
But they were nothing like that. They went with yellow machine to go park the yellow machine right to the bridge. That the yellow machine going to face the bridge? You think about that. The yellow machine going to use to face the bridge? We're talking about modern bridge. We're talking about standard bridge. Bridge that is up to standard, concrete, that can last for ages. There are bridges in America here that have been here for 100, 200 years. All they do is just to go and maintain it, do maintenance on it. But they are there. And every year they evaluate the bridges here. And Americans spend more money besides military spending. They spend more money on road construction than any other thing. Billions and trillions of dollars. If you are a government, you have failed to have a priority. You have no priorities. Let's assume the government has a lot of money to spend. There are a lot of other places. There are a lot of roads right there in Monrovia that are very bad. People driving in the city, your car can't even last longer in the city. There are a lot of bad roads. There are a lot of areas that need bridges. The government can't go there. The government will have relocated that resources somewhere else, but simply because of political expediency, they think the CMC will take away some of their stronghold from them. But guess what? Whether their bridge is built by the CMC or not, there are other projects in the countries, including Bapolu, Bomi, Cape Mount, and other part of Liberia that CMC will undertake. But like one of the callers said, CMC will undertake all the projects that we think we can undertake. We will not pretend. We will go there. If they say they want to do it, then they are helping us. Because they're not going to do it by themselves. Because they don't have the will to do it. The willingness is not there. They have the money. But they rather squander the money, put the money in their pocket, than to use it for the Liberian people who the money belongs to. So yes, Steve, I really enjoy the callers. Almost 98% of the people who called, they say, the government was doing the wrong thing. People are not approve of, what they are doing. It's really, really bad. And they need to stop it. CMC is not about just politics. CMC is about working for the Liberian people. And they ask the Liberian people later on whether or not they can give us the opportunity to bring more development in Liberia, whether it's infrastructure development, whether it's human development, whatever we can do to make Liberia a better place. That's what CMC is all about. So let's just about to stop wasting his time. They will be retired in 2029.
But Steve, I want to chime in before you can take over. I mean, because it will be my final comment. The thing here is, For me who say think Labrador, love a Labrador and build Labrador as a motto, right? To be stopping someone from constructing your bridges when I can get over. And for you being a CNC official, I don't know if you guys have reached out to some of the state official and what would be the response from the people of Buffalo themselves before looking at other means. Because if you cannot undertake this project, then it means even if you got plans of undertaking other project within that particular geographical location, you run into the same problem with the government, because for the government, they play defense in terms of politics. So we'll be waiting to hear from you guys as to the responses you are getting from the people of Buffalo and that of the elected official from the county. But anyway, guys, see you guys Monday, hopefully, if I'm here.
Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Mom. Thank you so much. Yeah, what more? Don't fall for Joseph Waka. Love Liberia, think Liberia, build Liberia. Joseph Waka is deceptive and he dishonest. So all that thing don't fall for it. This old man, he's not going to move that country anyway. Anything Joseph Waka tell you, that's complete contradiction. It's on the other side. So I love Liberia, think Liberia, that force.
Well, thank you so much, folks. I think, if in my honest opinion, the CMC is taking a strategic route, I will hope on top of that they will apply some radical stance as well, because you don't just want to be professional with these guys. That would be my only recommendation. But I think the move is good to challenge the government or provoke the government in a positive way to do things for our people, like Iyeke Koluba has done in his district. It's a very good thing. Take on some of the initiatives and let the government come and nowhere. But however, my only thing is maybe they need to get a little radical too, so that the government is not stepping on their rights or stepping on them and they're just backing down too. I think that's the only part that might be missing. But I hope they can incorporate that part to get a little radical, and let them haul this thing. Let them haul it sometimes necessary. Sometimes necessary for you, and you can put those shake it and see what time it is, so they can understand that you're not just anybody, right? That's the part. Well, in terms of the love Liberia, think Liberia and build Liberia, Joseph Barker is not about that. That somebody told him that, so he can regurgitate or recite that every time. Because if that's what he really meant for you, why he came to America and focus on Donald Trump's agenda, but he couldn't say, yeah, this agenda falls in line with our agenda in Liberia too, where we love Liberia, we think Liberia, we want to build Liberia. So he couldn't even do that. Because again, the program, he don't what to say, what not to say. That's why when he was done saying what he had to say, the only thing he had to tell Donald Trump was yes, sir, and yes, sir. So, folks, that being said, let's have a good weekend. I'll turn it back over to Milburn, who will take us here for the rest of the time. Milburn.
Well, thank you so much. And let me say thanks to the team, thanks to Mr. Connor, thanks to all of our followers, our viewers for always following us. Indeed, for me, I think they are the best, because SKTV have our own audience, and that's just so great because of us today. There are a lot of people every evening they want to glue to their radio, or they want to get closer to their phone or their internet and so forth. So let me say happy weekend to all of you. Indeed, we are very happy. At least all of us, we have to disagree to agree. All in all, Liberia come first. So to our government, please don't put us into a situation that will bring, division, hurry and pulling, or confusion between our people. Please, if a citizen of your country stand up and say they want to do this, allow them to do it. The only thing you can do, you can guide them through. But don't see it like you people are in a serious competition. For me, I see the government are behaving like, oh no, when we said there, when Mr. Belete do these things, that means we may likely lose to some of the counties. No. Time for election, the people will decide who to vote for. Lead them. Let the people freely associate, and let the people freely get their gift from their citizens or from their sons or daughters. Please, government, don't intimidate people and don't bring politics into development. Please, if this project going to be done, or maybe talk about someone on my NGO or someone on my color scheme or somebody from outside, but now then the entire internet is flooded with government official posting. Now, oh yes, they're coming Bear Bridge. The other company coming to Bear Bridge. Their company coming from China. This company coming from I don't know how to call it. But
Ukraine.
Yes, good. Ukraine.
The president coming go Russia and go tell Putin to cancel the mineral too.
It's bad. America was built by Americans, and most of the companies that in America today, they are all owned by Americans. It will continue to behave in this form and manner. That's why we don't have no company, because everything we wait for Western people to come and be a help to us. I think that's a bad thing to do. So if Honorable Musa Hassan Belete, who now bringing up another way to do politics, some of us will be saying these things times without numbers, that politics is not only about the people standing online to go and vote for you. No, you have to do something for the people. And to see Belete behaving in the form manner, for me, I'm 100% impressed. That's the only thing. And not every time you put people in the street, oh, say people come behind. No. Do things for them. So the man is changing the kind of politics that we used to do before, fighting in the street, fighting each other, young people fighting each other, people killing one another. No. The man now doing it by what? Development. So that's it.
But Melbourne, the president talk about love Liberia, think Liberia, build Liberia. When he become president, there will be no pink, purple, and blue Liberia. You can see how the country is looking today. These are some of the lies and deception. And again,
let me tell you.
And Melbourne, when they're talking about wisdom, this is how people apply wisdom, knowledge. Now that Musa Belete went over there trying to face that bridge, you should be happy. So the money you are thinking about taking to Bopolu to face that bridge, you can divert it to something else. Look at the schools that even if that $10,000 you're going to put to that bridge, you know those schools that in this deplorable condition, how many of it have that $10,000? When we talk about wisdom and knowledge, this is how it's being applied. But this old man,
I think the government not happy for the people life. I think the government not happy for the people life to move forward from an accident. Now I know why our people they are into urgent poverty. Because of the behavior of our own government.
The president get 25 advisors. One president get 25 advisors. What advice are they giving this old man? You see? What the advice they giving Bwakai?
Mr. Kane, Mr. Kane, we gotta go. Maybe team before we go, because some of your people ask him how they can be part of CMC. And
so maybe I want to say thank you to you, to Steve, to Monk, to Ali, to all of you guys and all our followers and listeners, for always being there. So I do not have much to say. Whoever wants to be part of the CMC, let me send a number to you. I will call them and I will direct them who they can talk to. We have people in the country. The office is now open throughout. People are there Monday to Friday. So you can go to CMC office and you find people there. But yet, if the people really whoever is serious about it, let them send you their number. Then I will direct them. Somebody will call them and they can go and register.
Great, thank you, Mark. Any other comment quickly before we go? All right, I think Monk already out. Yes, indeed. So, Brother Ali, thank you so much, Mr. Khan. Thank you to our viewers again. Thanks to all of you for always following the Sktv show. Indeed, for me, I'm so happy for all of you. Even though sometimes we have our own mixed views on things and from the comment section and so forth. But that's the beauty of democracy for me. So, to our government, please allow people to do things for their people. Please stop intimidating people. Yeah.
Oh yes, sorry for cutting you off. Yes, and thanks to the color there. But I saw something late last night before I could go home on the answer Duporo or Oro. Another horse got burned last night. And
I think yeah.
So how is that situation today in the country?
Yes, Saturday, yes, indeed, you are quite correct. And I think that incident happened this morning, I think between 2 or 3 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, because I was leaving from work at 11 o'clock, which was like 3 o'clock to you people there.
Yes, exactly. And I think the father of the children, indeed, explained the incident. In fact, thank you for even booking this, or even though we didn't part with that on our social discussion, but the man always, according to him, he said he and the lady, they were together. What happened? The lady told him to leave, or in fact, he should go away. In fact, the lady had to carry him to court, even they had to jail him and so forth. And instead, remain committed to his children, supporting his children. Even I think he said on the 9th was his birthday, and the children called and wish him happy birthday. In fact, they were all happy together. But then last night, according to a confirmed report, though, that the mother was not around, or she went out, according to information when that fire incident took place or when it happened. So the 3 children, I think they said it's a 5 person now altogether. That's the news that we're getting. The 3 children plus I think 2 more persons, making it 5. So because I also heard about 1 pregnant woman.
Yeah,
so,
1 pregnant woman that they rushed to the hospital.
Good. So I think they said that she burned, but maybe but she was still alive. Or maybe she may have added to the death of the people. So I think that what happened, my brother. And these are things I will keep saying. Sometimes you allow the children to be between both parents, allow you people are not together, because these things now, what's going to happen? The man feeling so terrible, cry, but no way, nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, because these are some of the things when you and the woman are together, and when children are given to her, and like I can say, like here now, some of these people, like our sister, then they will put this man on child support, and then the man pay child support. If the man see that you're not taking good care of your children, he can take you to
the man want children. You say no.
They will also take the children for you. So our government, this is happening every now and then. You see us getting burned, children are dying. When you check, the parents were not in the house. They need to start putting some measures in place in the country there. You can't just go about leaving 10-year-old, 8-year-old, 7-year-old children in the house just like that and going. Nobody is there. These are things that you should think about.
And sometimes some of us parents,
we are lacking of so many things. We get so many.
Some of us parents sometimes, if I can lock the door, lock the door and carry the key.
And carry the key.
What kind of thing is that?
You see.
So that
our condolences to the family, but when I saw that thing last night, I was like, oh my God. Yeah.
After taking care of the children for almost, I don't even know, some of them, according to information, 12, 13, or 14 years, it's not small thing. To just see that child leaving you, the dad, especially in a foreign manner. So it is indeed.
So why you went to do so important out there that now you lose all of your children? You're going to start fresh again by having kids. You see, why if you get some information that you can
opportunity is there now, because mind you,
what happened to you? Then you become.
Because mind you, there are some people when they reach certain stage or age, they don't bear child anymore, especially for our mothers, our females. They don't bear child anymore. So
the situation in our country now, you get 3 children, 4 children, looking at the hash, you see, let me do this to myself, let me take the other thing I can't born again. You see, and then this kind of thing happened to you. So what become of you? So people should really be thinking. Liberia.
So Monday, by God grace, Monday we will patch you with that and maybe educate our people. But look, let me say, Aliu, you are quite. Look, the issue of education in this country is another thing, or information, our government, and all these things. That's the right of, or in fact, the government is supposed to do these things for her people, educating her people about dangers, educating her people about things that will be happening. How to take some precaution, because like this morning I was telling someone, I said, well, sometimes some of you can only enter your house, but you don't even know the way out, even when there's danger. So the first thing to do sometimes, if you enter, tie cloth on your face and be acting like in fact something serious is happening, so you can find the way out. But some of you don't really care about all these things. The only thing you care about is how to enter, how to get out. So God forbid, excuse, one day when something serious happen in our house, how you get out?
Yes. These are some of the things like this country we in, but you and your wife, you can't work on the same shit. Because when you get children, not forgetting, one person either work in the night and one work in the day. Because you don't play with this thing in this country. You see, you don't play with this thing. Even my 17-year-old son, I never used to look at him to say, oh yes, he's 17 years old, but we can go to work and we'll leave him in the house. No. We continue working back to back shape. These are some of the things. Because children, they are given from God. When we get them, we need to do everything to protect them.
Yeah,
you see, but it is so sad.
Yeah, to see them dying out for and mama fight. What? No, God be God.
My brother, when you even lighting fire, when someone when you just imagine how it peace your heart, it get to your heart. Then you see, innocent children like that, there is no means.
So that's it, people. If you have issue with your husband or with your wife, remove these children from your hauling and pulling that can't end. Some of you, every now and then, you have issues with people. You place the children in the middle of all of these things just because you have issue with your husband or with your wife or with your fiancé or so forth. So you put the children into that same thing. Now, the man will not see your children or the woman will not see your children. You know, these things, I think, well, anyway, that is the society that we live in, where all
This
kinds
is
of
why
things
the
can
last
happen.
time on the show here, I say I support the issue about child support because some of we the men, we are very useless and reckless. You just go about born children over there, leaving them with the parents, the mothers, and then you flying around. These are some of the things I can call this thing. And then she alone struggling with these children. You go to another woman, you live in your life. You see, so it is just that kind of way.
I want you every day, human being on this earth, especially Liberians. Every day they are the father. We then together with that one, my son, Pao, that one, my daughter, all of us in this country. Everybody get hands back. If you must carry someone hand back with you somewhere, it's bad. Yeah, but seriously, man, but I think these things are just so terrible for us because the society don't care. People will go have maybe the little be having 4 children, but that man just walk out like that and just go. Nobody cares. That the kind of society that found ourselves in. People will be carrying pregnancy, unmarried pregnancy, and they are bluffing with this thing. A lot of sport.
And one thing I would really like for our government to do, be it Joseph Baka, any other government. I have seen it over several times. There are people working in Liberia like you you're making $600 a month, and you leave your woman with 2-3 children, and you will say, oh yes, I will be giving you $50 every month. How dare you give somebody $50 for 2 or 3 children a month? So some of the way the government can try to put we the men our feet to the fire, you know where you're working, you get that to the HR, know how much I'm making, and then you look at these children, and then you know how much supposed to go to the woman for this children.
But some of these things to
decide. In America, here, we don't decide ourselves how much to give to women for child support.
Some
the
of these things
government know our
also
income, and the government decide how much to go to the women. To these mothers, not we the one can decide. The government decide. When you are working man, the government decide. Yes.
It's far better because, like, for example, if that lady tell you that they bought or maybe their child belong to you, that alone, I don't care how many places you go to go do DNA, you will know. But for us, there's no system of such. Sometimes some men feel that in fact there are some children that not really belong to them, and they lady or they woman try to put the children or to put the child on him just because of child support. So until if this system will be set up, like if you go for any child, in fact when you give birth, let it just be DNA free of charge, so that people will be able to get rid of all of these things. They charge for me, they want it for me, people fighting over children, people doing all of these kind of things. And even when you go to general, now you want to, by the time you go to general, when you got child support issues, they don't want to go, they don't want to do DNA. All they will do is,
that's a good thing, Mayborn. That's a good thing. This is why in America here, the first thing they will ask you, Mayborn, who signed the child birth certificate? Then you say, I the one. Okay, you the one signed it. Why may you to sign the birth certificate when you know that child was not for you, the pregnancy was not for you? So before we can go into DNA, you will be taking responsibility till they can do DNA. Because why should you be with Mary? She's pregnant. One of my friends, he did the same thing. The girl was pregnant when she gave birth. He refused to sign the birth certificate. Why? Because he said he felt to himself the pregnancy was not for him. And after she gave birth, they were in that noise. When they did DNA, yes, indeed, the DNA proved that the child was not for him. You see? And today here they are no longer together. But in as much as you sign that birth certificate in America, you agree that pregnancy and that child for you, till they can do the DNA. And then they will do. That's the first question they will always ask you: who signed the birth certificate? You see? Well, Liberia, we don't even say hi. I don't know.
Thank you, my dear brother. We gotta go. Yeah, sister, that's the thing, mama. To admit these things happen, and when we come here to talk about some of these social issues, some people get vexed and say, "Oh, maybe when you're coming to our own now." But until look, if you want for society to be straightened up, you got to touch all part of the society. That's the only way. But you can't go the other side. And you'll be acting that in fact you want the other side to remain that forget. Even when we come here, we have a religious issue, people get no. Every part of the society should be straightened up.
It should be straightened up. You see? You go to that children in the house and you and the men are together, the children with you, that kind of thing happen. That they should lock up.
Yes. And what you're saying that you're right. But not just what being jail. Yeah.
You up. You see?
Yeah. But again, that's it. Now the kind of society people live in. See, y'all who want J people. Y'all go. Mama, the honor that I play on J people, but for all your we don't easily J people like that. My young man, see you. Thank you so much, and thanks to all of you, man.
Stay safe. Enjoy your weekend and be safe out there. Wish you all the best day we can see.
Actually, man, you munchu I said, man, it's not easy to even just look a little mail in the future. If I gave you some budget, you won't believe. Then I must say that God forbid, it can't work. So that's why it's good to take care of these children. Those of us parents always start neglecting the children and allowing the children to suffer just because you have issue with your quote-unquote your wife or your husband or your fiancé or whosoever person. So because of that, you allow the child or the children to suffer. You don't want to get the children out to the other parent for what? For what? Again, maybe we'll just take one day on this topic and be able to get some people's view on that. But again, good night to all of you. I'm Johnson Mabel Kula. I'll see you on Monday by the grace of the Almighty God. Good.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who waiting to sell. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The project is giving us here and the premise of them. The work of my life without fear.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Play Paris, who make you? I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, Tina can ask my yamu. And you no money, and you. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the thing, and I don't get it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who waiting to sell. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the premise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside to Raji to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat to San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.